Hi guys, this is Nightmare346 where I'm going to continue reading Hoodie's Love Story, Chapter 9 and 10. There's a few sex scenes in Chapter 9. I'm going to skip ahead if you guys don't mind. Okay, here we go. I laid there in Hoodie's arms. "I love you, Rose," he whispered. "I love you too," I replied before I fell into dreamland. As Slenderman was tending to Strider's wounds, Masky had Seed Eater by the back of the neck and slamming him against the cave's wall. As they were just getting out of a nasty fight with Seed Eater, Strider took the worst of it. As Masky continued slamming Seed Eater's head to the cave wall, Seed Eater began screaming, Okay, you win. I'll leave them alone. Just stop doing that." "That's what I thought," Masky said, then letting Seed Eater go, all bruised and bloodied on his head. 2 months later, Rose's point of view. Ever since the fight between Seed Eater, Slenderman has let me and Hoodie stay with him. He really had a big house that could fit a lot of people. Once that was done, Hoodie went back working for him. I didn't mind. I was just glad the Strider would stay over just to keep me company whenever I was alone. Seed Eater hasn't made any attempts to kidnap me, but I'm sure that he's going to do it again. During the past few days, I've been getting painful stomach cramps, and I've been getting sick. I was sitting on the bed that me and Hoodie shared together when I got another stomach cramp. I rubbed my stomach, trying to smooth down the pain when I noticed it felt round. Have I gained weight? I rubbed my stomach again. I felt a bump. I lifted up my shirt and looked at her. Oh my God. I heard a knock at the door. I quickly pulled down my shirt. Come in. The door slowly opened. It was Hoodie. He walked over and sat on the bed next to me. He took off his mask and kissed me on the cheek, then pulling me onto his lap. "How was your day, Hoodie?" I asked. "Busy," he replied. Hoodie, there's something I have to tell you." "What is it, Rose?" He looked at me with concern. I'm pregnant." All of a sudden, he grabbed my face and pulled me into a passionate kiss. He pulled away with a big smile on his face. "Oh, I love you so much," he said while he was rubbing the small baby bump on my belly. "I love you too," I replied. 5 years later, deep in the woods by the small lake surrounded by trees and flowers, and one single willow tree, the vines were so long and thick that you couldn't see past them. There was a little girl wearing a bright yellow dress with dark red hair and gray eyes running through the willow tree. She ran behind the nearest oak tree and stand there giggling. Hoodie appeared out of nowhere under the tree, looking around. He wasn't wearing his mask. Now where did my little baby girl run off to?" he asked. Then he heard giggling coming from the other side of the oak tree. He quickly tiptoed over there. The little girl was hiding behind it and looked over to her left to peek, unaware that Hoodie was standing right behind her. "Gotcha," he said, taking the little girl in his arms and started tickling her. "Daddy, you found me," she said, laughing. "Come on, Emily, your mother's waiting for us." "Are we going to see Slendy today?" she asked. "Of course," Hoodie said, carrying her on his shoulders. As the two walked away, Seed Eater was nearby, watching their every move. Before striking, Strider crushed him under his foot and began twisting his foot and digging Seed Eater into the ground. Once Hoodie and the little girl were out of sight, Strider stopped and left Seed Eater buried in the ground. The end.